Is entrepreneurship actually worth it? Or is it better to just get a 9 to 5? Or is there some third option? I don't have all the answers. I don't even properly know the answer in my own head, but I have been through the ringer with fucking both of them. So let's get chatting about them and we'll just see what comes out. It's going to be a pure rant. So if you're thinking about it, maybe it'll help you sway one way or another, and together we will figure this out. Right, let's get into it. So I think when you're thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, you have to think about why you're doing it. So my reason was that I was an alcoholic for 10 years, right? And my mum raised me just a single mum, and she was always struggling for money. And I noticed that. I picked up on it. When I was a kid, I picked up on it. When I was pissed, I picked up on it. It was pretty horrible to watch her struggle just trying to make ends meet in her 9 to 5. So when I quit drinking, I had this insane guilt. Like, not only was my mum struggling with fucking money, but you had to go and be a fucking pisshead for 10 years while she was doing it as well. And when I quit, I was like, I have to make up for all of this now. I have to go and be the best person on the planet, the best I can possibly be, so that I can sort my mum out and so she never has to worry or think about money ever again. And I think that's a pretty good place to come from in terms of wanting to start a business and become an entrepreneur. Because I wasn't doing it because I gave a fuck about being a bazillionaire or anything, although that comes later and we'll talk about that because that's a slippery slope. I was doing it from a place of love, which sounds corny as fuck, but it was true, so whatever the fuck, who cares? Right, so what actually happened was, I started trying to help my mum. I started on YouTube, and I went into another business that I'll talk about in a bit. But I got hijacked by the internet gurus so fucking badly. Like, oh my God, I was watching those videos. I must have watched them like when I was quitting alcohol and trying to come out. I was watching self-improvement videos, which helped. And then I found that hustle culture, grind culture that you all know about. You know, the people that own the space telling you, if you don't make 100 grand a fucking minute, then you're a loser and a failure. Go and suffer in the trenches. If you've not got money, it's because you haven't worked fucking hard enough. Fuck me. I got sucked in, alright? What a knobhead I was. And I think it was because I had no dad around. And whatever, that's not some traumatic thing that my parents got divorced. Boo fucking who. Loads of parents get divorced. But I did not have a dad, really, to tell me about life, to teach me things. So I latched onto these guys on the internet, and they almost became like my dads in some bizarre way. Not properly, but I think you know what I mean, where it was like, well, no other grown man is telling me anything. I don't know shit because I've just been an alcoholic for 10 years. So let's listen to these and see what these have to say. And they all looked pretty happy and whatever. So I was like, okay, let's follow that. So that thing of going from just wanting to help my mum so she didn't have to worry about money anymore and so I could make up for all the fucking messes I caused very quickly became about status and money and 100k a fucking month and Bugattis and all that shite. I can't actually fucking believe I fell for that shite. I actually can't believe it, but anyway, I did. Whatever. I was coming out of 10 years of booze addiction. My brain was a goddamn mess. Still is sometimes. So I latched onto that and I started down that path. And then to think about the 9 to 5s that I had, because I still managed to hold on to 9 to 5s, not all the time, but throughout the drunk years, because it got progressively worse over time. I still managed to hang on to a fair few of them, but it's was I even really there? All I was thinking was, I can't wait to leave to go and get pissed, or by the end it was just oh, I am pissed in the job. I have to laugh about it, because what else am I going to do? Cry and moan about it. It happened. There's nothing I can do about it. So it's yeah, was I even actually there to even experience it? To even be able to say, this sucks? And on top of that, it's not like these jobs were the cream of the crop. They were just average jobs, dead-end jobs, really. Unless you properly smashed it, maybe you could move up a bit. I was never really in any huge corporation. Like, I was a engineering coordinator at one point for that was shit. They're all going to be shit looking back through this lens. So as that, what else did I do? I worked for a travel agent where I would like make up the listings and put the pictures up on the houses and stuff like that and the valuations. It's really hard to remember stuff when you're drunk. Oh, I worked for an engineering inspection company. I won't mention the name like last time because I just have to bleep it out again because never burn your bridges. So I worked for them. Oh, and the absolute hell job. I'll call this company out. Fuck them. Converges. They're like a call center that helps and some other people. And fuck them. I think they actually got liquidated because what they were doing was so illegal. But anyway, maybe I do have to bleep that out. I'll bleep some of it out. Just the name. This company was fucked. Just put it that way. And I worked in insurance for a bit. In administration, and I would do a bit of the claims. I actually got an MBQ in there for business administration and an MBQ level 3 for business administration because that was nearer the beginning when I was like 17 years old. I stayed there for a good 4 years, so I wasn't as of a mess as I became later in the other job. And that covers a lot of them, but there's one more I want to talk about that's completely different to those that I actually love. We'll get to that in a minute. So I despise these dead-end jobs because I was either too pissed to care or too trapped because they weren't good enough jobs to move up. I was just a cog in the machine, just twirling. No one would have noticed if I'd left. No one would have cared. There was no meaning in it, no autonomy. It was like, if you're 2 minutes late, you're getting fired. You know the type of jobs I'm talking about where you've got a boss up your arse all day long. You want to drink after. Like, I don't blame a lot of people in those types of jobs. But there's one job that I had that I really loved, and you would have thought I wouldn't. So what I did was, I had this girlfriend at the time, and I said to her, we need to get out of the town we live in. We keep going getting drunk and doing other things. We need to just leave, okay? So I looked on the internet. I was like, there's loads of bar jobs just all around the UK, and they put you up in accommodation and you just get to chill, do your bar job, and then you're in some like beautiful place. I went to this place called Padstow. Gordon Ramsay has a house there. I actually met him. And Rick Stein, I don't know if any of you will know of him, but he's like this fish guy. And he was a bit of a knobhead, actually. I actually served him a pint once. Oh, and I saw Ian McKellen there, actually, as well. That's how nice the place was. Ian McKellen, we saw this helicopter come across. Yeah, fucking Gandalf. We saw this helicopter come across, and I went into this bar after work, after I'd done my bar shift, and Ian McKellen was just sat there. I was like, there's Magneto, there's Gandalf. What the fuck? Obviously, me pissed out my head. I went up to him to try and speak to him, and his boyfriend just told me to fuck off, basically. Oh, shit. Forgot about that. I would have loved to have speak to him. Well, I wasn't being mean or anything. I just wanted to speak to him. He's a legend. Anyway, moving on. So that bar job in Padstow, that's not the type of job that you think about as being the type of job that you want, really. I mean, no one particularly wants to be a barman, but I really enjoyed that job because of how obvious the outcome was. It's like, I'm giving people drinks, and at the time I was drinking myself, so it was like, it felt meaningful. I was like, there you go, mate, have that pint. You can chill out now after your hard day's work at the docks. And the job ended. It was standard fucking thingy. A standard rota shift, right? So maybe I'd do like 10 till 4, sometimes I'd do 12 hours, sometimes I'd do 3 hours. And that just rotated, and obviously we got days off where we'd go to the beach and chill out, and there was so much human interaction, because it was like, when you're a barman, you're not only dealing with people in the job with you, you're also dealing with the public, and they're there for fun. So you can get into some really cool chats with people, which I did. I actually made some good friends, particularly with this one guy, actually. He actually drove me home when I quit, which is a whole other video. He was a legend. What was his name? I think he was called Martin. And he would come in every day and just drink pints and chat to me. It was great. I loved it. So little responsibility. But again, the money sucked. Here lies in the problem. And you can't do that forever, traveling the UK being a barman. So I actually loved that job. But back to entrepreneurship, right? So I built this school community to 1,440 members. I taught people how to do YouTube because I've got another channel. It's a whole thing. It doesn't matter. I was teaching people how to do YouTube on there. But there was this like Jekyll and Hyde shit going on, right? Because my personal life, I was dead ass broke. Like, I'd look at my bank account and say, oh, you got £50 left at the end of the month. Brilliant. That's going to last. And then I'd post this ultra confident video to the school teaching people how to do things. I felt like such an imposter. Anyway, that's beside the point. What happened was I was getting DMs all day long. I even gave out my personal phone number to quite a few people, and those were to the people that I really liked, but they were messaging me all day. And I'm talking like thousands of messages, getting notifications all day, like thousands and thousands of those. And eventually, I like never shut off. My brain was just in this constant state of just, the school, like never turned off. It was absolutely constant. Like I'd go home at night, I'd be thinking about it on the sofa. I'd fucking be thinking about it in bed before I went to sleep. Even if when I went for a walk to try and calm my head down, I'd be thinking about it. And eventually I just had like this nervous meltdown, ended up having a panic attack off it. And I was just like, what the fuck is this? This is worse than the 9 to 5. It just is. It objectively, to me personally, that model of business, whatever I was doing, and I'm not saying that all entrepreneurship causes this, it was just that school was horrible, right? That was horrible. And at that point, I hadn't even taken any real money out of it yet because I was keeping it free for a while and I'd already had a panic attack. So I set up this email ready to go and monetize it, even after the panic attack, before I'll tell you what happened with it in the end. I set up this email, which was going to be my monetizable offer. I was literally, with the mouse, hovering over it, about to send it to 1,440 people. Who knows what would have happened? Might have failed, might have not, I don't know. I was ready to send it, and then I realised that as soon as I took that money, I was owned by 1,440 people. Not actually owned, but you know what I mean. I then had to deliver. I had to deliver because they'd given me the money. Otherwise, I'd have to give them it all back. And my reputation that I was thinking about at the time would have just been destroyed. And I'd already been having panic attacks before I'd even started properly monetizing it yet. So entrepreneurship is sold as freedom, right? That's what you hear everywhere. It's freedom. You get to work your own hours, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you do get to work your own hours from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. At least at the start, anyway. I'm not shitting on entrepreneurship in any way. I might do it again. I don't know. It could have just been a bad business model. I might not have been fully recovered from drinking yet. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have the answers. I'm just talking about it. But it's sold as freedom when for me personally, it was just a 24/7 mental prison. I preferred my job in Padstow, maybe even the shitty 9 to 5s I had, than doing that. That's how it was for me. So I shut the whole thing down and became completely disillusioned with all those status game videos. Like, I don't need a fucking £4 million Bugatti. I just don't need it. Would I have a go in one of them? Yeah. But my penis is over 2 inches. Like, I don't need a £4 million fucking Bugatti. I'm not saying they're all like that. It's just a joke. But you know what I mean? I just don't need it. It's insane to me. I'd rather buy a £30,000 car or something. Whatever. Fuck knows. I don't really know the price of cars very well. A £30,000 car and give to someone who's hungry and dying and needs it or something. Or to my mum. Or to just someone, or to my friends, distribute it to my friends, or spend it on experiences. I don't need a fucking Bugatti. I don't need £3 million fucking pounds. Would it be nice to have in the bank? Obviously. Obviously it would. But do I need it? I mean, that's just 3 mil as well. Some of these entrepreneurs, they go up to billions. I don't know how much money I need. If there was £3 million in my bank, I've never done it, but I imagine a lot of the stress of being broke would be gone because I wouldn't be broke anymore. So that's all I can see it doing for me at this point. Like, there's a couple of things that I'd get that were nice. Like, obviously, I'd help my mum out. There's a whole plan for doing this. I'd buy myself a house rather than renting one. You know, I'd get a car that's better a bit. And honestly, I can't really think what else to do. And then go, like, traveling with it. I don't need a goddamn mansion, a pool. I don't need it. That's the point. Would I like to have a go of it? Maybe. I don't know. I've never had it. Right, well, moving on from this point because I'm just ranting on repeat. Now. So the status game thing, I just became disillusioned because it's just like, why are we all acting like Genghis fucking Khan? Just like a bazillion years ago, the guy murdered like 80 million people and just took over a planet. Do you want to be Genghis Khan? I don't give a shit about being Genghis Khan. He's cool. I like to read about him. He seems like a madhead, a mass murdering maniac. It's basically the same thing trying to make £1 billion. You're just the modern day version of Genghis Khan. Not in all scenarios, fuck's sake. Just assume everything I'm saying. There's obviously exceptions to all of it. And I can't really know because I've never been in the mind of a billionaire or a multi-millionaire. But just from what I've seen, from the hustle culture grind set, it seems like they're all trying to be fucking Genghis Khan, and I don't know why. That bit of it. The money, cool. The rest, no. So it's like, I just wanted security for my mum and myself, obviously. Why am I trying to become a billionaire? I wasn't actually trying to become a billionaire. That would have been fucking mental. I seriously did think I could make 100k a month. And that is possible. But you have got to go through some fucking shit to get there. It's not guaranteed in any way either. And you might have a nervous system meltdown. Like, yes, it can be done. Of course it can be done. People have done it. Everything is possible. You could become a billionaire if you wanted. It'd just be very fucking hard to the point where $1 billion, that might just be actual delusion. Anyway, so I've been tossing and turning between entrepreneurship, 9 to 5, entrepreneurship, 9 to 5. And if I was going to do entrepreneurship again, I'd have like a lifestyle business. But what I'm aiming for right now, you might have seen it in my last video, is I just want high competency in something. I want to feel useful. I want to be useful to the world. But I also do want some decent money, 5k a month or 10k preferably, but 5k would be fine. Autonomy, and then I'm going to go find meaning elsewhere. Or from that situation of being stable, in a stable position where I'm not having 50 quid in the bank while trying to run a huge business, I can think, right, I'm relaxed now. Do I actually want to become an entrepreneur or not? Do I want to go and start a lifestyle business or not? Like, you're thinking of it from not a scarcity mindset. I think that's what you've got to do. If you're trying to become an entrepreneur, just for the sheer fact that the internet's telling you, you shouldn't do it. In my opinion, you just shouldn't do it because it's not even your thought. It literally isn't your thought. If you had never seen those videos, would you have even thought about trying to become an entrepreneur? Seriously, get like a pen and paper and just ask yourself the question, do I want to become an entrepreneur? And never reference anything you've heard before. That's impossible to do. But you can try. Just think, do I actually want this? Because if you don't really, really want it, you're not going to do it. And I must have not wanted it. Or I failed. Or God fuck knows. I obviously did fail, didn't I? And I've got no problem with that. So now I'm after high competency in a job, autonomy, 5 to 10k a month. That, to me, right now, sounds like the best sort of middle ground between 9 to 5 cog in a wheel hell and crazy nervous system damage, Bugatti fucking 24/7 nervous system meltdown entrepreneurship. There's the middle. Building a fallback so I'm never operating out of a place of fear or scarcity again. The melting pot, the middle, the merging of the two, okay? Now, to end this video, doing a job well, getting paid, and then turning the brain fucking off. That seems the best to me right now. And if I were to ever do entrepreneurship in the future, this channel is the new approach. No performance mode, just raw honesty. Just say what you want to fucking say. None of this bullshit. The internet has turned into bullshit from everyone. I was one of them for a while, for fuck's sake. I'm just not doing it anymore. So I know that I'm going to get that stability first, and anything other than that, I don't know where I'm going to go. And I'm completely fine with that because of how I'll be operating in that melting pot in the middle. And that's the first time I've been okay with that, with not having to map out my entire life, trying to live in the present moment more, enjoy things. For now, this channel is just like therapy to me. If your mind's going at 100 miles an hour, just rant at a camera. You don't even need to upload it to YouTube if you don't want. Just rant at a camera. I'm telling you, it's the best therapy there is out there. Peace. Let me know in the comments what you think. Entrepreneurship, 9 to 5, competence middle. Where do you sit on this spectrum? Has the status game gone insanely too much now? Is the goal of making £100 million ridiculous? Do you need that? Do you want that? And if you do, good on you. Go and do it. But just think about what I said. Or do you want to just be chill, 9 to 5, maybe in a better job than the ones I'm in, 9 to 5, or do you want to do something more in the middle, in the melting pot with me? And let me know. This was a fucking long ass rant this time. So fucking long. Peace. If you liked the video, give it a like. If you disliked it, give it a fucking dislike. That's how we figure out the optimization schedules of YouTube. Seriously, whatever. Peace. See you in the next one. Run.